Hello and welcome back to Dabnica. Right, so I've done a little bit of editing on the map. The main reason for it was the fact that I had a few trees that were pretty strange. They were kind of like halfway in the ground and they were going to be an issue. So I decided to take them out. I also decided to take out some of the rocks because we're not going to be able to remove them. And I do want this area for when obviously we try to build a farm eventually when we get some money. Like I said, this is a survival series that's pretty difficult. If you watch my first episode, you'll know the rules that I've got, which is pretty much no leasing. It's got to be on the hardest setting. I've got a few mods that's going to make it a bit more difficult. I can't like cheat and have super strength and all that kind of stuff. There's a little bits and bobs that I've chosen just to make it a little bit more interesting, like it's on seasons, and obviously I've got Maze Plus. So yeah, it's going to be fun and definitely a challenge. I have been looking forward to play this after the first episode. Actually, I enjoyed it a lot, and I like to see where it gets to, so I'm intrigued. I'm pretty excited for it. So yeah, basically what I've done then is I've obviously removed some of the trees. Them little logs from my first episode that were like just lying around, I removed them, moved them over. Like sometimes I threw them over on that side, just get them out of the way. What happened was when I loaded back in is they reappeared. So because they're obviously part of the map, they just keep going back to their traditional position. So I've removed them out as well, so they won't be bothering us anymore. And also down the bottom end, what I've done is I've kept the trees that I think we can actually get some money from. So this one's big enough for me to get a bit of money. It's another one that's kind of like moving underneath the ground, but we can probably saw that off and we shouldn't have a problem. So yeah, also this tree's fine, them two there, and yeah, the ones that I've left basically are alright. That tree's not on our land, it kind of ends at the little track, so we don't have to worry about that. And this is a tree that I started cutting down that we need to pick up, but the trailer's full. So yeah, I've done a little bit of chopping, let's say, and obviously I've taken out the stuff that's pretty much going to be pointless or had to come out because of the way it was on the map. So it looks pretty bare right now. We haven't really got much going on, and yeah, we really could do with something just to make it a little bit more farmy, let's say. We definitely need to put a field in, and I think that's my plan today. Also, I'm using the lumberjack mod. I downloaded that and I've activated it, so we can get rid of the stumps by just using a chainsaw, which I think will be deadly useful, especially if we want to put a field in. So I have gone around and got rid of the stumps. That's the one thing I'm going to allow myself to do, just remove stumps, because I'm not going to be able to, I can't lease anything out, and also I'm not going to be able to buy some kind of stump remover. So I think because we need the land and we need to start farming, I am actually right now using that, so it's not an issue. Also, it's pretty nifty because it does actually tell you the weight of things, which show you the menu, so we know that this is 31 kg. I think it was a piece of wood, and it tells you like where you can actually what you can actually pick up. It's pretty useful. So yeah, it'll come in handy anyway. But I did do a small trailer load. It was only small, of the kind of like twig ones, the things that haven't been giving me much money at all. So the money has gone up. It's about £200. I think it was just over. So we just got a little bit more than what we ended on. And then this trailer is from some of the ones that I didn't delete out, but I chopped a bit off. So they were like good enough for me to get money. But I have lost a lot of trees than what it looked like. So we're definitely down on what I originally thought we can get. But we have got some good sized ones left. And hopefully it will give us enough money to start off. Because without the wood, we've pretty much got no chance of getting any income unless we can do a contract that's transporting, something like that, because we're pretty stuck for anything else unless they want us to do mowing, but we can't actually do any baling or anything else because that's all we've got, a mower and a trailer. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to just drop these off at the shop. What we need to keep an eye on is the fuel as well. It's definitely going down. So we need to keep a close eye on that, because luckily it isn't too far away. So if we need it, we can always go and get it. But saying that though, I would rather have something on the farm eventually where we can obviously fuel up. Now I have got some good sized trunks in here, so like they are wobbling around again. Let's just hopefully that'll fix it. Yeah, I've got some good sized piece of wood in there, so hopefully I'm going to get close to where I got the first time round, which was about 1,000. Second time round was really horrendous, it was about 150 or something like that. And the third time was 200, so we definitely need to be picking up a little bit more than what we are. My first plan is to go to the shop and buy a plough as well. Definitely need a plough. And then I think after the plough, probably be a good idea to get something like maybe a cultivator or even like a seeder. Something that we can just start planting some crop. Don't think we can do a grain type because we're not going to be able to buy a harvester anytime soon. I have dropped a piece of wood. Get back in. Not the best trailer for wood. If you get it just right, it stays in, but it's because the straps are on the top, so anything underneath it seems to not hold it very well. They're looking alright now. So yeah, as I was saying, plough's the first thing, definitely, so we can plough a little field, and then we'll get some type of crop in the ground. I'm thinking maybe sugar beets, because we could probably find some cheap equipment, some really old equipment that we could do some sugar beets, and we can always get a bucket. This has got a front loader attachment, but we need to buy some kind of front loader, and we could always scoop it up, put it into the trailer. So that is an option. But we obviously need to keep an eye on the horsepower requirements as well, because this tractor is around 50 horsepower, so it definitely not going to be a big piece of kit, put it that way. Right, so 1,000. I'm happy with that. That's not bad going. So we're up to 2,500, which I think is plenty for us to get a plough. Let's just have a quick look at the tractor. So it's 35 brake horsepower, so it's even worse than what I originally remembered. I thought it was 50. So we really are restricted then. If it's at 35, we might be quite restricted to what we can get. But this is definitely what I wanted. I wanted it to be tricky. I wanted it to be, you know, a lot of the time trying to find the right mod that you can get, a small piece of kit, for the right price for this tractor. And I'm glad I did pick this tractor. I probably could have gone with something around 50, but I do like the fact that it's got a mower on. I think that's it's going to be useful anyway. So what we'll do is I'll go and drop the trailer off, and I think we'll crack on with ploughing, because we are in spring and we've got to think about seasons now. So I want to try and get a field, you know, ploughed, maybe cultivated, and then a chance to get something in the ground. And it is 25 past 5 and it is going dark because I am running on ×5. It has to stay on ×5. I can't ever put it to any other speed. The only time I can speed it up is if I'm sleeping. So we are, in a way, a race against the clock to get a field ploughed, cultivated, and some kind of crop in the ground that we can actually find the resources to get the crop as well to sell. Thought I'd just quickly put these in while I was here. I just want to also quickly say, I want to thank everyone that's obviously subscribed to me. I'm at 1,000 subscribers now. It's absolutely brilliant news. I was over the moon, and yeah, it wasn't something I expected so soon, especially as I took a few months out. So yeah, I'm really thankful for everyone for doing that, and you know, for supporting the channel. Right, so let's just quickly look where the shop is, because I don't actually remember where the shop is. So there's the animal dealerships all the way down here. That's going to be a long drive. It's a shame we can't go down the track. Be quite a shortcut. So what we'll end up doing is, I don't know if there's a little path. We'll take these dirt roads and we'll go that way. Come down here and hopefully we can get a plough before it goes too dark. Luckily I've got lights. Quickly as well, I want to mention that, yeah, I'm sorry about the microphone quality in the last video and on the last video on Chellington. The reason for that is I was moving all my setup into another room that's a little bit bigger than the room it was in before, just because I wanted more space. I wanted to try and improve on the area where I record my videos. I've done that now, it's all done. I've got everything set up. I've got some of the acoustic foam now on the wall. I've sorted my mic out. I have been having quite a few little issues with the mic, so hopefully now it's all better. It's much clearer. So yeah, I apologise for that, and hopefully it won't happen again. Right, so I'm coming up to the town. I've just seen my fuel. It's getting low. I'm going to have to pick up some fuel now. I think there is a fuel station just on the outside of town. It's probably going to take me a little bit in the wrong direction, but obviously looking at that fuel now, it's something we've got to do. My problem is I'm just taking in the sights as I'm driving. I don't think the people that are behind me, there was a truck that was behind me and he was really impatient. Because obviously this is a very slow, old tractor. Not very, obviously, powerful, so it does struggle at times. But I like it. I like the vintage style to it. Something a little bit different. It reminds me of when I started on No Man's Land. Right, so I'm at the shop, but the gate's shut. I didn't think about that at all. I thought 6 o'clock it could still be open. For some reason I thought it would close about 8, so yep, we have definitely come too late. But what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to see what we've got options wise for a plough, and if I have to sit it out and wait, I will sit it out and wait. I might go to the fuel station though, because we'll definitely need some diesel for this tractor. But what we best do first is just have a quick look, see what we've got as options for a plough. Right, so I've found this little bad boy. It's a 0.6, so it's very small. Definitely small, but it's 25 horsepower, which is the requirement, so we can do that. And it's only £136, so I think we'll do that. It's going to take a while, obviously, but that's how we've got to start this off. So we'll get this one. And then at least we know. I'm not entirely sure where it's gone. That's there. So we have got it anyway. So it's there waiting for us. Right, so best go get some fuel, and I don't want the battery to run out on my tractor. So I didn't have much fuel. I've only done 6.6 kilometers, but we're definitely low. So I'm interested to see how much this tractor holds. I don't think it's going to be a big tank anyway. So as you can see, the petrol station is just there by field 40. And I think this is the only lighting I've got on the tractor. There we go, full up, £41. Not bad at all. Right, so what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to just take the tractor to the front of the shop. I'll turn it off, and then I'll jump to the caravan or my house, and I'll have a little sleep, and then we can jump back to the tractor in the morning. Right, so let's have a quick sleep, and we'll wake up probably at a good time in the morning. Just trying to think. I hope the money doesn't go down too much. I'm going to say 8 o'clock because I think that's when the store will open. That's my guess anyway. And let's hope the weather stays well. Right, there we go. Nice summer's day, even though it's spring, but it's nice and sunny. Right, so let's quickly jump over to the tractor. Right, so let's get hooked up and we'll get ploughing. Full on fuel. I wonder how much it'll cost to just get this repaired. Maybe it's a good idea to do that now. Let's just have a look at how much it's going to be. 47, I think it's worth it. Definitely. It's looking good. Right, so I'll head back to the farm, even though it isn't a farm yet. Let's be honest, it looks like a caravan park. But we'll head back to home and we'll figure out where we're going to do this field. I won't record, obviously, me driving back because it does take quite a while. Right, so here we are. Home sweet home. I never mentioned that tree as well, forgot to mention that, but that tree there, the reason that's there is because when I was editing and I was deleting out one of the trees, we cut a tree down that was here, but for some reason when I deleted it out after, I kind of got this weird branch that was just stuck in the air and I couldn't figure for the life of me how to get rid of it. So what I decided to do was plonk a tree there and it's going to be there forever. It's going to be like the focal point of this hopeful eventual farm. And yeah, it'll look good. So that's why that tree's there. So we're not going to be able to chop that one down. That's off limits. Right, so what I'm thinking of doing is putting a field over here. I think this is going to be a good area to start off. So what I'll start doing is I'll start mapping out what I think is going to be a good idea. Now, I don't want it probably too close to that tree actually. There we go. Obviously, the bigger it is, the better. Speaking as we are in dire need of some good money, so if we do this now and get it as big as we possibly can, I think it's gonna obviously give us more potential income. Even though it is probably going to take a while. But we may as well go for as big as we can. It's still not a big field and it still won't take too long. But we have got a really small plough. But luckily it's not struggling so far. We are getting a bit of wheel spin every now and again. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously remove that sign. I did actually place it into the map so we can get rid of that one. And it will give us £247. Now, yep, I'm going to sell it for £247 and take the money. It's only £247 and we don't want it there. It's taking up vital field space. But we're pretty much getting on with it, we're ploughing well. We might have a bit of an overlap over here, so we may as well try and push it out. I didn't want to go over that. I think there might be a little tree under the ground there. But no, I think that's alright. It's wheel spinning. It's definitely wheel spinning on the mud now. So we are going to struggle on the actual ploughed field. Looks like this tractor's going to definitely struggle, but we'll get through it. I'm sure of it. I'm confident we will. We've got to anyway. Without it, you know, without ploughing something and getting something in the ground, we're pretty much stuck. Yeah, it's that front wheel. As soon as it hits. You can see it's definitely struggling. Maybe a little bit more than what it probably should do. I don't think it'd struggle this much. And there's not like we can put a front weight on it, so that is interesting. Maybe it's because the ground's wet. It says there's still moisture on the ground. It could be that. I'm not really sure. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a quick time lapse in. And I'll finish off the field. And then hopefully it'll look pretty good.
Look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stayed. I'm a pretty boss, look almost your brain waves. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you. Talk about quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single date. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal, key in ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel all that I know you like it. Can't fight it. I'ma let you ride the wave. New York and your LA come together, feel the shock waves.
Right, so that was really difficult. Really difficult. As you can tell, this tractor is struggling like mad. It's just basically wheel spinning from the front. I'll quickly just show you. There is a few little bits that I've missed, but it's not too bad. It's definitely taken a while though for the size that it is. And it's just because, as you can see, the front wheels are just spinning. So I might look into removing the vehicle extension, I think it's called, the mod that's obviously making that slip, because we can't have it this extreme, let's be honest. And I know this tractor, you know, the ground's pretty dry, it's not wet anymore. It probably would, yeah, I don't think it'd struggle anywhere near the way it is. So we'll look into taking it off, maybe looking for an alternative that's not as intense, let's say, and yeah, hopefully make it a little bit more achievable, because we've got a tiny plough. We've definitely got room for the requirement that it needed, so we shouldn't be struggling this much. But we're nearly done. Last little bits, there's 2 up there. I did go slightly over on one of them, and that's because I just didn't think it'd plough there. On the other areas up there, it basically said that I didn't own that land up to that point, so I thought I'd gone to the edge of the line. Obviously I didn't, so I tried to stretch it out at the top so it looks a bit better now. But overall I think it looks pretty good, it's not too bad. It's definitely a nice rectangle shape. So it's going to take me about 10 minutes to get over there, but when I do, we'll fix it. There's only 2 little bits, like I said, just in front of me here and then just to the right, and then it's fully done, and we can probably think about cultivating it. But now, going over it in this state, the way it is right now with a cultivator, would take a lot longer than I would like it to. So we'll definitely look at if we can make it less intense, or then we'll keep it on, but if not, we'll have to remove it. Definitely. I mean, the tractor's filthy. It's been wheel spinning that much. So, what I'll probably do in the next episode as well is, like I said, we'll get cultivating. We might even, if we get enough money from the trees all in one episode, we might be able to get the planter and start getting them sugar beets in the ground. At some point as well, we need to mow some grass as soon as it's ready. I'm going to keep this side of the field grass, and then we'll chop down them trees. We'll also, obviously, as we're chopping down them ones down there, we'll have plenty of room for grass. So, just trying to think where to park the plough. I mean, there's plenty of room. I think I'll put it up here, out the way. There we go. Right, so overall, pretty good going. Nice shaped field. Should be fun. And we'll definitely get enough sugar beets from this to make a bit of money. So I'm happy. For the second episode, we've done pretty well. We've bought a plough. We've ploughed a field. We've also cleaned off our farm area, or our own land, because it really isn't a farm yet, of all the kind of little bits and bobs that were either going to be a problem. Yeah, so it looks good. So I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one on Farming Simulator. See ya.